Da 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 and there you go. There you go. You can never turn it down, do you?
I always forget. Hello, YouTube world. Hello, people in the chat. We've already got Charity. We got Right Girl. We got Chitio Mama. Hello, 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 everybody. And my panel tonight consists of my sidekick, Nick, and the one and only D.A. Archer.
Hola. Oh,
He's always
that's
on point. But no, Nick is in the house. He's the one. He's the only. He's my sidekick, and he's always there.
I'm always here.
Yeah, we love sidekick Nick.
Yeah.
But anyways, oh my goodness, what a freaking news crazy day! We got Julia Assange. We got Venezuela. We got Sudan. We've got what else is going on? We've got Big Brother watching.
We don't care about any of that. We just all the Americans are supposed to be worried about is the Mueller report. That's all. Just pay attention to the Mueller report. You know,
because nothing else is going on in the world that's going to.
They don't care about all the other shit that's leading to World War III. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, should we start with the Julia Assange? You guys, I don't know if you guys are already Julia Assanged out because that's everybody's talking point today.
You think?
Yeah. Well, you know what I want to talk about, and then we'll go to Julia Assange because if you guys have something else to talk about, put it in the chat. This is all about you because this is YouTube.
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 That's funny, man. That is good. Taking requests.
Well, until you guys come up with something, I've got something to talk about that's probably not as popular, but I think y'all should be aware about. We've got okay, so Israel had their election. It was a close call and so the prime minister is now Netanyahu, and the their party, their conservative party, is now the governing party in their parliament. So he's made some vows to basically they're saying that they're going to basically do a two-state solution, exile the West Bank. So that's going to be really interesting because Hamas is already saying, no, you better not. So the Palestinian prime minister to form government in days expected to exclude all Hamas supporters. So that's not a good thing. And then the Hamas leader says if there's a war, Israel will need to evacuate Tel Aviv. So they're already making threats to Israel.
Bob's got a suggestion already.
What?
What's the suggestion?
Most deliverance. Hello, Vet's Perspective. Hello, Forbidden. Hello, Tony. Hello, Bob. Most deliverance. We'll save that for another night.
Trump. That seems like a drunk Bob topic right there.
We can talk about it on Bob's channel.
Yeah.
Trump is going to reveal a peace plan on the 71st anniversary of Nakba. So that's going to be really interesting, y'all. You know, with Palestinian people saying that, you know, because Netanyahu is he's backed up by us. He's backed up by his parliament. He's backed up by their president. So it's going to be very interesting in the next couple of weeks how that all goes. Um, most deliverance. So yeah, so I mean, you guys need to really pay attention to this stuff because this is stuff that's biblical. This is very profound.
Listen, don't tell me how to live my life.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then, Iran's lawmakers convey with chants of death to America. So after Trump has, declared that we will help Israel and help with all that kind of stuff, their lawmakers were chanting death to America. Not that that's not normal.
Right? Death to America.
So, and then Turkey's Erdogan was discuss possible operations in Syria with Putin.
So, well, yeah, he's pretty irritated because he's been saying that, he's kind of instigating both sides. A couple months ago, he was on the U.S. for not having a clear plan in Syria. So I think at this point, he's just trying to go with anybody that'll give him money because he was just about ousted a while back himself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they flip like a switch. I mean, Turkey.
Yeah.
I was in Turkey 2 years ago and the atmosphere is much different than, we'd say, 2-3 years ago prior to that. And yeah, it's scary there.
Yeah, that's the first time in history a coup has been thwarted by cell phones. The only way he ended up saving his butt is he got on and sent out a presidential message. Otherwise, they would have got him. So he came real close to losing power.
Yeah.
So pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
But I think it's going to get a lot worse. I mean, the problem is the dynamics of the situation. You got so much, and a lot of people don't think much of Venezuela, but it's definitely about oil, in my opinion, like it always is, oil and gold, because that's why he's flying everything he can out of the country. Gold-wise, he's already turned over to the state-run agency to the Russians, trying to beat some of the tariffs. So, yeah, it's a mess all over, man. It's a mess all over.
Yeah, and GTO Mama asked if Netanyahu's being charged. Wasn't he facing charges? Yeah, there was accusations of bribery. Yeah, so it's basically Netanyahu is kind of like the Trump of Israel. He's the conservative group. They have a progressive group, and then they have the pro-Palestinian group. So there's definitely corruption, and that whole idea of trying to frame somebody is very much a globalist idea. It's very much a globalist thing that they do. So there's so many anti-Semitic ideas out there, and there's so many you got the blatant anti-Semitics like Omar and Tashib or whatever her name is. And talk about Omar. There's a group called I forgot their name. They're trying to get charges pressed against Omar for campaign corruption and fraudulent committing fraud in immigration when she said she was married to her brother. So they're trying. I doubt they'll get anywhere, but hey, at least it'll cause her some problems. Hopefully get some light on the subject. But her district is so heavy with Arab immigrants, Muslim immigrants, that I don't think she'll always be elected. I don't think they'll ever be able to get her out. Nick, that's your part of woods, man. What are you doing? What are you doing to kick him out?
I can't do anything.
Why?
Yeah, you're not down in Dearborn picketing, man.
Well, I mean, the thing is, as much as everybody wants to say that, straight white male privilege is a thing.
Yeah.
I tried to use it and it didn't get me anywhere. So mainly because there was a language barrier, I think. And I just kept saying, go home now, and they didn't understand. You know,
They didn't like that, huh?
no, they didn't know what I was saying. They didn't know.
Does that city council still run all by Sharia law back there? I haven't paid attention to it in a while.
Well, it
Once they
doesn't.
took it all over.
It doesn't really officially, but it's insane.
Yeah.
If you go to Dearborn, okay, if you go down to Dearborn, everything is in Arabic on all the buildings. There's nothing in English. I'm surprised the stop signs aren't in Arabic at this point, but
yeah,
it's just insanity, just ridiculous.
I had a friend that was traveling through there recently, and she had pulled off to get gas, and she wasn't. I don't know how far away she was yet or not, but you know, being a big old redhead ginger that stepped out, and she said that a couple of cops pulled up and told her, "Hey, where are you going?" And they said, "You do not want to get, you need to make sure you got enough gas to do not stop and go straight through because they said you are not covered, and you may have grew up here 30 years ago, but it's not like that anymore." So, and she was really amazed at that. And then I guess a friend of hers took her in a car with tinted windows, and they drove through, and she said she couldn't believe it. She said it was just nuts.
It's a little Iraq over there. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
and if you were to drive through, I should do that one night on a live stream. Let's drive through there.
I'd like to check it out because they censor it really, really hard, man. I mean, there's not much stuff that comes out of there, and they want it that way.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think I should go pick up a full pig for like a pig roast and stick it on top of my car and then drive around Dearborn.
Oh yeah. That would get you far.
Well, yeah, it would. I think so.
Make you all kinds of friends.
Yeah, but there has been videos in the past that I've seen that have come up with rallies that are out there, and how these people act towards Christians and anybody else with an opposing viewpoint. You can find this stuff on YouTube still, but
oh yeah, I imagine. I haven't really looked.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if I were to tell you it's unbelievable, it's pretty unbelievable, Yeah.
Well, I think I heard Trumpster Bob talking about it one day. I don't even know how constitutionally that was never challenged. The feds, nobody ever. Talking about sanctuary cities screwing up, and then you have a town that's going to just go ahead and be ran by Sharia law. I mean, how is that even?
Well, it's not. It's not necessarily that it's specifically, but there's such an abundance of them there that that's kind of the law of the land there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously, it's not in the books, but Michigan is actually trying to push for an anti sanctuary city law in the state of Michigan. I don't believe that the state of Michigan has any actual sanctuary cities per se, but if there were one, that would be it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Trump's starting to he quoted was heard saying that he's going to start bussing out the he's going to have the ICE agent bus out the immigrants to sanctuary cities, which sucks for me because I believe I'm in a sanctuary city.
Oh yeah, you're a state, even a city. You're a state.
Yeah, you're a sanctuary state, and so that's going to cause a huge crisis. And then
I think the feds ought to just shut off every single literally dime that goes. Absolutely everything to California or anybody else who says we're going to do a sanctuary city. Not a single penny, not payroll, not nothing, everything. And let's see how fast that shit turns around. That's what I think. But
I think they should too. But here's the thing: that for them to do that, it's going to cause so many Americans problems. We've got true people who need, the subsidies that the government provides. So that would cause a huge problem with them. It caused problems with, government workers out in California. So the crisis that it would cause for true Americans, for the real people, I shouldn't say real people, but for the real Americans, it would be devastating to them,
Yeah.
we're being, related to firemen and stuff like that. There's been times that they didn't get paid for a couple of months. And it was, living out in California, the majority of the population live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And you're short one paycheck, it causes huge
problems. You're homeless. Yeah. Chrissy, that would be a cool thing for you to do sometime, is, because I've seen a lot of shows about people that are actually literally like working and they're still homeless. You know what I mean? But they're just living in a van somewhere, running away from the cops all the time. Maybe I'd be curious to see what a lot of the people think about, what they think about the Democratic state over there. And I wonder how many of those people that are homeless now bought into that Democratic doctrine that led them to the streets. That I've always kind of wondered that, and I've never seen anybody really walk around and talk to anybody, but it'd be interesting.
Well, that's the thing. I personally know people who, there's one person, if you're listening, love you. And I hope I'm not giving out too much information, but he works at Disneyland. He has a management position, and he's homeless.
Wow.
He lives in his car. He does refereeing. And so he's got basically 2 jobs. He showers at the LA Fitness, whatever gym he's at, and he sleeps in his car. And he has his 2 dogs, and he has a storage unit where he keeps all of his stuff. So he keeps his changes of clothes and whatnot in there. I have another friend who was a security guard. He had 2 jobs also, drove a bus and was a security guard. And he had a van. He sold his car and bought a van, so he had a place to sleep. But he did the same thing.
Unreal, man. That's nuts.
So these people are not slackers. I mean, they're working. They can't get a full-time job. That's the problem. Not a lot of people in the entry-level positions can get full-time jobs, even in not the entry-level positions, but even a few steps up, because of the regulations that they have here. The insurance is what they cost. So in order to give somebody a full-time job, then you have to provide benefits and the minimum wage and blah, 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 blah. So so to get a full-time job in California is almost next to impossible.
Here's a piece of history that might interest you. Do you know where that specific ideology in American business came from? To work a person at 38 hours so they don't have to get paid benefits? Do you know where that came from?
Gary Coleman.
That was exactly Hillary Clinton's position whenever she was the head attorney for Walmart. She brought that to the table. That's what Hillary Clinton did for America. Nobody else. That was her brainchild. And that's just, and it's everywhere now. Everybody's like, yeah, I get 38 hours, and because she wanted to put everybody on the government system, let the government pay all the extra stuff. And of course, I'm sure her and Bill got several billions of dollars in thank you fees or whatever that's hiding in Chelsea's account or whatever. But yeah, it's nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. So
well, and if you use California as a test state as to what the Democrats really want across the board in the United States, do you imagine how effed up everything would be?
Yeah.
I mean,
you're actually in the original test state, Detroit, Michigan. I mean, that was in the 50s and 60s. That was America. America was built. And so you are the true test subject where you're at. And everything got blown up and taken down once the Democrats took over. But that was all the great, Pennsylvania, all that, where the steel mills were. They were all booming cities back in the day until the Democrats took over and decided everybody needed to be on welfare. Just like Bernie Sanders. Who was it that said, look at Bernie, he's proof that socialism works? Who said that, Chrissy? I think you were telling me about that, wasn't it?
No,
You know,
that
I
was
mean,
a joke, AOC. It was a
It was a
yeah.
joke. Yeah, it was. It was
Oh,
a.
but it's true. I mean, my gosh, look at freaking Pelosi, 200 $200 million she's worth.
Yeah.
I don't see her paying for any of them homeless people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny because she did a whole press release the other day about how their new attack on Trump is to go after his taxes. Well, this is the thing. I want to see her taxes. She's been in government for 30 years. Her
Yeah.
paycheck is less than $200,000 a year, and yet she's worth $190 million.
And that's what you can see on paper.
I
You
think
know what I
it
mean?
was Ronald Reagan who said people who go into government and come out richer are normally need to be looked at as crooks.
Oh, absolutely.
Look at
Absolutely.
Trump. He's gone into government and he's coming out. He's going to come out poorer, not only for him, but for his family too. I mean, they've lost businesses. They've lost, not that they're going to hurt. I mean, come on, but still.
Oh, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
should. As a politician, you should not be able to make that kind of money.
No, it's ridiculous.
Like one of the things was we need to see her stock portfolio and put that against her committees, because she was in the committee of financial affairs for credit card services, and yeah, she did really good with her Visa stock when that happened. That wasn't, tell me that wasn't insider trading. And then her husband, and then Maxine was in charge of, she was on the committee for financial affairs with the bank, and her husband owned a failing bank. And guess what? Congress bailed out her husband's bank when they were doing all the bailouts. Oh, yeah.
Who bailed out all the banks? Who bailed out all the banks?
Oh, that would be Obama.
Who bailed out all the banks that were doing unfair lending practices and tanked our economy? And they got bailouts. They were actually getting spiffs on rewriting mortgages. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah.
He was giving out spiffs for every mortgage that was rewritten. And you know what they were doing? They were like, okay, well, we see that you're behind, and we know things are bad. So what we're going to do is we're just going to defer, what you owe, and put it on the back end, and we'll start you out fresh again. And people were falling for this, and they were getting a kickback for it too. So not only were they not helping people, but they were also getting paid something like $2,000 for every single rewritten mortgage that they did. And nobody mandated it. Nobody looked at it. Nobody cared. So they were making money hand over foot and still screwing people over,
Yeah, it's like that. I bought a house just before the bubble was getting ready to pop, and they tried and tried and tried to convince me into that variable rate. And I said the
same thing to me.
I finally told the banker, I said, you try and shove that shit on the table one more time. I said, I'm getting up and I'm walking out, and I'll go find somebody else. I said, I don't have any idea how much they're paying you, but I said, you of all people sitting in the job you sit in should know what stupid it is. And that is stupid. I said, for a quarter point, that's all it was a quarter point that they were going to save me, and trying to get me talked into a variable rate. And I can't believe people went for it. But, with places like California, where you're not actually paying on the house, you're just paying on the kind of the interest, and speculating that the house is going to be worth more whenever you go to sell it. I mean, I guess those people thought it might be a good idea or something. I don't know, but it's stupid, man. It's stupid. And I don't know how to stop any of that crap. You know what I mean? So, and people just keep going and going and going, and and I don't know. It's crazy. Here's one I just heard today out of the new London thing and the whole meme thing. You guys will like this. So, conspiracy theorists are now criminals, is what they're trying. What they're going for.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's
crazy.
That's what they're going to try and push next. Unreal.
Wow.
And it just gets better. So, well, it is what it is, and that's why I just don't get how normal people can go home after their 9-to-5 job and buy any of that shit that's on in TV. I just don't get it. I mean, how can you even have half an education, half a brain? I mean, I wasn't the biggest scholar in school, but I still pay attention. You know what I mean?
I think people are starting to wake up. They're saying that CNN viewing list is like at 500,000. You know, you consider that to the nation's, 300 million people.
Oh, God, yeah.
Quite a bit. That's saying people are starting to wake up. I think people are actually starting to consider, because the left has gone, they're panicking. They're truly panicking. I don't know who Q is or what Q is or what it's about, but there's definitely something.
Chrissy,
Yeah.
Chrissy, can I tell you a secret?
What?
I'm Q.
You're Q? I knew it. I knew you heard it here first. Nick is Q. Sidekick Nick.
Ooh.
Oh, Q is my sidekick.
Q ball. Nice. You just became more famous.
Yeah.
But no, there's now you made me lose my point there. It was very profound. It was like the whole show was about what I was just about to say, and I forgot now. But
you can always pick a topic. It's not like there's way more than we could ever cover. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's a ton of stuff I want to go over tonight. Like, see what else is going on. Like, there's as far as in China, Big Brother, Chinese cops send people to concentration camps if they're found with Facebook on their phones during random stop and search. So basically, if you're like just, da, 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 I'm in China, look at me, and you have your phone, and a cop just says, I'm going to stop you, and they look at your phone, they have the right to look at your phone and to see if you're on Facebook. And if you are on Facebook, you go to a concentration camp. China has become this rogue country. They're becoming worse than North Korea.
Well, about, what was it, 6 or 7 years ago, Google had a bunch of problems over there because they faced a lot of criticism and they worked to squash it. But they were literally helping the Chinese state, find people, and then they were saying, how are you a company out of the U.S. that believes in free enterprise, all this other stuff? And their position is we don't care if they pay us, we'll do whatever they want. It's kind of like the brown shirts did to their own people, man, in Germany, rounding up the Jews. And that's all that is saying whatever you're willing to pay us, we're okay with. And it amazes me that we as a country has let Google get that strong here. And that, to me, that should be one of the first, places chopped down the size a little bit. But it's not going to happen.
Kristen says, hey, you guys going to address your chat? Hi, Kristen. Hi, Melvin. Hi, Warhorse. XYZ. Hello, everybody. If I didn't get to say hello to you, I think I got everybody.
Yeah, I think generally whenever Father's here, I get a little more time to say hi to people. But
did you say hello to me?
Hi, Nick. Can you all say hi to Nick for me? But yeah, I mean, going back to the Google thing in China, they're the Google building, or their headquarters in China was caught once. I guess they were under investigation with the CIA. Their headquarters suspiciously caught on fire.
Whoops.
Yeah, you didn't see that in the media.
That's pretty crazy. Well, it really is amazing to me that, Bill Clinton, here comes the Clintons. The reason China got back into the World Trade Organization is because I'm not sure exactly how much he got paid, but Bill Clinton went around and literally beat the drum because China was excluded out of the World Trade Organization. And then as soon as they got in, man, and it just all went downhill, downhill, downhill. You know what I mean? And I mean, they're pretty shrewd economy. You got to look at it. I mean, everybody likes to complain about the Middle East. Look at what China is. And I mean, they were set to become the world's power. Their currency has already been ruled will be the backup dollar for whenever the US dollar fails. And I just don't think people are taking them serious enough. You know, I mean, they make little moves and then they sit back, and they make little moves, claim some more land, and then they sit back. And
Well,
I'd rather be friends with Russia any day. I don't trust Chinese at all.
well, China and Russia are in cahoots with each other. But here's the thing that's sad. All of our ports of entry, all but one
Yeah.
are by China. And
Yeah,
anywhere
right.
you go in this world, I mean, even Canada, their ports are owned by Chinese. You go to Vancouver, it's mostly Chinese there.
Well, you know that they buy up real estate all over the United States, right? I mean, it's not even just
Globally.
They weren't buying all of it; they were giving it. Here a while back, they were the world's #1 purchaser of our national debt, and they finally went to Washington and said, "Look, we're tired of getting these blank pieces of paper that say IOU. We want something. We want assets." And that's what the United States started doing. It started selling them land. How stupid!
it wasn't just land. I'm talking about. I mean, it's all over. But that's what the fact that we even got into that situation to begin with kind of blows your mind. You know what I mean? You're borrowing and borrowing and borrowing, and you have nothing to back it up. That makes absolutely no sense at all.
Well, and here's the thing. Americans, we support China. We're one of its biggest supporters just in our, consumption. I mean, you go to Walmart. I mean, here they brought in over these big box companies, and they bring in this, these products that were made by oppressed, enslaved people for, so we can have a bunch of junk in our house. I mean, if you really...
Who doesn't need tchotchkes? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to hear something that I just found out that I had no idea happened. So I'm not sure if anybody or everybody understands how the banking systems are set up and stuff, but basically the central bank out of the EU they don't deal with like house loans and stuff like that, right? But they can print their own cash. That deal that just went down between Bayer and Monsanto was funded by the central bank out of Europe. So nobody had to even come up with money. The central bank just printed off the cash. And so now they're in the speculations market.
Right.
And so I tell you what, man, people don't see the writing on the wall, man.
Hey, Michelle, what's going on?
Oh, hi, Michelle. Michelle's here.
Michelle.
Hello.
Here too. Mama. Yeah, well then too, GTO Mama says as a consumer it's difficult not to find something made in China. And that's the problem, is that the regulations that they put on companies here, we have, our pollution is probably one of the best, or the pollution regulations are the most stringent in worldwide. In California, I've definitely seen a huge decrease in pollution, but you go to China, you can't breathe. You go to India, you definitely can't breathe there. I mean, the air is just, you get soot on your skin, an oily soot when you walk in India. And it's not bad, but you can't do, but people, and here's the thing, everybody talks, you got the left talking about taxation, and you have people like AOC, these big corporations, these trickle down effects doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. But you overtax these companies, guess what? They're going to go over to these other countries that don't have the regulations, that don't have the taxation. And so all the jobs and all the products is now going to come from overseas. So that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, they have no problems working kids. Like, I mean, it's just like Nike came under the gun, they got caught. I mean, everybody, but it used to be India that was caught for all that. Now it's kind of China, and I firmly believe that's what North Korea is being set up to do. Is North Korea is going to be the new slave labor market for the world, because okay, so we'll pay this guy, 5 cents a day, and then their leader's going to take 3 of his cents. It pretty works good for all the corporate people. You know what I mean? It's stupid. It's stupid, but we're going to be okay with it. So
Yeah.
Nothing is about the people. It's all about the dollar and everything.
Hey, you guys, I want to remind you about something tomorrow. Make sure you bring somebody to live tomorrow night. 9:00 LA time. It's going to be our sidekick Nick's Dare, where it's going to be live. He's to go into a bar and he is to buy a straight man a drink, and he's supposed to have a conversation with him in a special voice. He's going to keep it smooth. You know what I'm saying? And you guys, the lucky person tomorrow night there will be a number drawn between whatever and whatever, and the person who gets it or is close to the lucky number gets picks the next person and gets to pick whether they do a dare or a truth. My opinion, I say dare because it makes it a lot more fun, and I think we'll get more viewers. But
it'd be my luck that everybody else picks a truth from now on.
Warhorse says, "Hell yeah, KrisiAnn, can't wait. Got an alarm clock set for that."
Bring your friends and watch me get embarrassed.
He's been practicing walking and talking all week, Warhorse. He's getting it down.
Yeah, I got my catwalk down now, and
ordered a pair of high heels off of Amazon.
I'm officially shaking what my mama gave me. It should be all good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I can't wait. Whether it's for the views or not, I'm just excited about it because I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hilarious.
Seriously, everybody. I mean, if I'm gonna do this, you better send friends in here to watch it. I mean, because we got to make it like super epic.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna be able to record it, because without like an external like microphone or external camera, it's gonna be super. So it's gonna have to be from my perspective. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me on that. I'm just trying to figure out like what shirt I can wear and how my phone like might fit in the pocket so that everybody can see, the best. But it might be sweet. It might look like a train wreck. I don't really know yet. But either way,
hopefully we'll see. I'm curious to know. I'm glad you're putting so much effort into it, Nick.
These are the things that we do for friends. You know what I mean? This is stuff we do for friends. I actually told a friend of mine about this, and they're like, "Oh, you got to let me see this." And I'm like, "All right, I'll give you the URL. You can sign in tomorrow. You'll watch." So because we were talking about, "Oh, what do you got going on tomorrow?" I'm like, "I got to go to a bar and hit on a straight guy acting like a gay guy. Nothing much, just regular shit." They're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, part of this YouTube thing. I kind of got screwed in the butt on this one."
Kristen says fishnet is the bestest. And good night, GTO Mama. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you come back tomorrow night. Yeah, it's gonna be
I'm
fun.
too sexy for my hat. Too sexy for my hat.
Yeah, just put your phone in your.
That's what I'm trying to like. We'll play with it tomorrow before I go on, and you'll have to tell me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, do you want me to put it on as I'm walking in? Do you want like the entry, or I mean, I guess I don't know.
When you get to your car, give us a full, give us a view of yourself, head to toe, and then just put the phone with the camera out.
It's gonna be hard because, like I said, like even for me to hear you guys, I'm gonna have an earpiece in.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna look weird as shit,
Yeah.
But trying to make it look as natural as possible so that people don't know that I'm actually doing that. You know what I mean?
Disabled. That's perspective. He said, "Don't play with it; you'll get arrested."
Yeah, you know what? Bob told me the same thing already, so I've already taken that under advisement.
Kristen said, "Don't forget your nipple piercing."
Nobody's supposed to know about that.
Disabled. I bet I'm messing with him, telling him that he's gonna solicit an undercover cop. That's gonna be funny. End up getting a sting or something, getting a charge.
Right. I was more or less worried about getting my ass beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I told Chrissy, you better get that PayPal up and going, because if I end up in the hospital, somebody's gonna have to pay for those bills.
Well, the point is, if you go to jail, it has to be somebody in your state that can come get you. So better make sure you let us know where you're at.
Well, you'll see it. I mean, as my phone's getting smashed because I'm getting my face kicked in the parking lot or something, right? You know.
Does Chris know what you're doing?
No, he doesn't.
Oh no.
He does not.
You should have him come along, and then like he could go in before and just sit over there and film you from a table.
See if Chris can do that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That way,
well, you could get two perspectives. You should get two. I mean, you could text him and ask him if he's interested in doing that. You know,
that would be awesome, because that way, if you do get your ass kicked, we can actually see it.
Right. Exactly. That
would be cool.
So I figured the worst that could happen is I get my ass grabbed, and then second on the list is get my ass beat. Yeah. So you see where I prioritize there, but
they don't play grab ass. They go for the crotch, man.
They take the full thumb and just ram it up. Like, get the hell out of here, man. Stop it.
Hey, you guys, can you guys do me a favor too? Michelle just posted in here and she goes, like Mo ordered his trolls to hit down again. So if you guys can remember to give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. Makes me feel good. I'm on top of it. And it makes Nick encourages Nick to do his dare tomorrow. So if you guys can give me that thumbs up, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I know there's worse things than that, Warhorse. I'm just saying. Any sort of violation is going to be bad, but I don't think anybody thought this through, and I'm the one that has to get more gray hair over even thinking about it. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome job, Chrissy. So if it's a failure, at least Nick is the test case.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The guinea pig.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, don't pick this dare anymore, okay? Because people are going to die. Okay, let's not do that.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
And then next time I'm on Chrissy's show, I'm not gonna speak, and it's just gonna be a video of me holding a dribble cup because I can't speak anymore. And I'm still gonna be sidekick Nick, and I'll just go, it was worth the views.
Go keep it smooth, bro. Go keep it smooth.
Hey, gotta keep it smooth, bro. You're gonna walk into the bar, bro. Okay, bro? You're gonna be a cerebral assassin, bro. You're gonna walk up to a guy, bro. All right, bro? And what you're gonna say is, hey, how you doing? And he's gonna look at you and you go, keep it smooth, bro. Keep it smooth.
If y'all don't know who that was, just it's better that way. Douche is in the house. Douche, we're talking about Thursday or Friday night, the big dare. So don't forget, 9:00 LA time. Nick is going to be going to the bar to do his dare. So, and you guys think of creative ideas for the next dare for next week. I got some in my head.
You're listening to KrisiAnn on what night is it? Oh, it's Thursday night live chat, and you guys have a good time, okay? And can't wait for Nick to get his ass beat tomorrow. Okay, bye.
So did you guys hear about what's going on in Argentina? This teacher gives students Easter eggs with pro-abortion slogans on them. What the heck is that about?
Oh. Speaking of that, did you hear about Ohio?
No.
No, you did not.
What?
Give me 1 second to bring this up. Ohio governor to sign ban on abortion after first heartbeat.
Wow.
This was yesterday at 2:29 p.m. Ohio governor says he will sign a bill imposing one of the nation's toughest abortion restrictions. Republican Governor Mike DeWine, I think is how you pronounce it, says that he will follow through on his pledge to sign the heartbeat bill Thursday. The bill cleared the state legislature on Wednesday. His signature will make Ohio the 6th state to vote on ban abortions after the first detectable fetal heartbeat, which can come as early as 5 or 6 weeks into pregnancy, before many women know they're even pregnant.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That almost brings tears to my eyes. That's amazing. That's amazing for them to recognize that. I mean, life begins at conception, but here's the thing. That's going to eliminate majority of abortions because by the time a mother knows that she's pregnant, there's a heart beating. Wow. That is just Ohio right on.
It sounds like that's what he was running. That was one of his, when he was running for governor.
Yeah.
Gubernatorial race.
I will find out. We'll find out for who that governor is, and I will get his information. And
Mike DeWine.
Mike DeWine. Okay, you guys look up Mike DeWine. I'll get his information, and we just need to give him a lot of encouragement. I mean, that we need to show members of any government, even if they're not our representative, the encouragement because they need it. They need to know that the Americans are standing behind them 100% because that right there is that's what American values are about. That's what it is to be a Christian. That is what it is to be an American is, these innocent children are being tortured and maimed and killed out of just convenience.
And the amazing part is I actually brought some news to the table today. Oh my
God. I know. Yay, Nick. Woo! That is freaking awesome. Yeah, I like positive news. We need more positive news. Not this, yucky stuff. I don't want to tell you guys the rest of what I have to say because it's just all meh now. Douchebag says defunding Planned Parenthood is going to be next to impossible. The chat's asking you, are you pregnant, Nick?
That's Friday night.
I'm supposed to be pregnant now too.
Yeah.
Are you lactating?
Douchebag says AOC hires a jogger to run a campaign. Douche, you always make me laugh. Douche, are you coming on open mic Sunday night?
Oh yeah, Candace did tear him up too.
Oh, that was another one. That Ted Lieu, he got his face smacked, backhanded by Candace Owens. What he did was just absolutely ridiculous and absurd. For what he did, he took something totally out of context. And, when you got Ilhan Omar talking about 9/11, it was something that happened that somebody did. One of the most devastating travesties in Americans' history. She wants to downplay it and victimize Muslims. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, he smacked him down and Nadler, dude. I mean, it was and that dumbass you can't call somebody on this panel, and she's like, bro, you weren't even listening to me. Like, did you hear anything that I said? And he like kind of shrugged, like, I don't know. I just like to use my gavel. I don't know.
I think they say stupid things for sound bites, and then like CNN says, "Oh, Candace Owen was told not to call people stupid," so now they look at her, because it's true what they said, right? She was
Right.
told not to say that, but not because she said it. They were just doing whatever they could because she doesn't fit the agenda. She's supposed to be the victim. She's supposed to be the party that they breed fear into. They spew this hate and this oppression, like the big bad white man, why they are the big bad white man, and the big bad white man's going to get you, and they hate you, and they hate everybody, and they're racist. That's so far from the truth. It's so disgusting. They're the ones that are the most racist, most vulgar, most hateful group of any party. And yeah, Candace did a good job.
Yeah, she did. She definitely stuck it to the man.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Candace Owens is a libertarian.
Candace was a libertarian. Yeah, Bobby Jones. She's a globalist too, according to Bobby Jones.
Oh, so good.
Hey, I want to give shout out to some content makers, disabled vets, perspective. Go to his channel and give him a subscribe to him. Subscribe to Forbidden Information. Who else? Tony Patriot, are you still in here? He was in here too. So those are some great patriots. Subscribe to their channels. To their channels, and yeah, we're all team here, y'all. So
Are we caught up?
I think we're caught up with everything. Well, there's still some more news, but I don't want to end on a bad note. I want to end on a good note because I love you all.
How long we been on?
We've been on for just about an hour.
That's not so bad. You could go a little bit longer.
Thumbs up if you guys want to chat a little bit more. Another 15 minutes.
Take some Viagra.
Viagra.
Get your second leg. You know what I mean? Second limb.
So, and I guess good news would be BB won the Israeli election. I was pretty happy about that. Hell yeah. All right, the horse, you won. Kristen, thumbs up. All right. So yeah. So what else is there? So any good news? DA, you've been quiet. Any good news with you?
He's coughing.
Yeah, I'm coughing. I'm sick, man. Little Rugrats brought me home something bad. Good news is it's almost summertime. That's always a nice thing.
Summertime.
Yeah.
Nice.
Living's easy.
Looking forward till tomorrow.
And you guys, can you pray for Charity in the chat? She's about ready to have a baby. She's ready to pop. So yeah, she's gonna have a little girl. So we're all excited for her. So I don't know if she's still in here in the chat or she's gone off to bed, but she was here earlier today. So if you guys can just give her, say a little prayer for her, for a healthy delivery for her and her little one. And hopefully she'll post a picture somewhere so we can see it. See the baby. Everybody loves baby. So yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, let's see. California Democrats are pushing for the abortion pill in campus clinics. Oh, we have some good news. Pennsylvania school board declares "In God We Trust" can be displayed in local schools.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. So I think this is exciting because I think people are starting to wake up. People are so tired of I think we become too complacent, and I think people are sick of it. And people are starting to get loud again. And this is another, I'm encouraging you guys to get involved with your town hall meetings, get in town. Well, find out who your representative is. There's been times I didn't know who my representative is, but you know what? It's the time is not to let those things slide. These YouTube channels are great. They're a great way for us to communicate with each other. They're a great way for us to get real news, unsolicited news. But here's the thing. We also need to encourage each other, and we also need to get active.
Hey, Chrissy, speaking of YouTube channels and what I thought was going to be censorship, I found out a rumor mill, and I'm not exactly sure if it's true yet, but with the whole 1,000 subs going live, if you have an older account, it's grandfathered in. And what I've been told is that there was a crime committed while these kids were live, and that's why that's being implemented. So don't know how true it is. If anybody else got any information on it, I'm hunting some, trying to figure out exactly what happened. So if anybody's got any skinny on that, I'd love to know.
Yeah, but that's probably a valid reason, but at the same time, it's still and I think that they're going to use that to try to, something was to go down like in France, to say that they would
absolutely pull the plug like they did.
KrisiAnn. I'd like to talk about something.
Okay.
Are
you thinking? While you're thinking, I got a quick something.
DA.
Yeah.
I was not done talking yet. I really would appreciate if I could have a minute to talk, because this is YouTube. Okay.
Oh, YouTube or MeTube?
No, you make a valid point there, but it's called YouTube. That's about you. Okay.
Oh my God. So what are you talking about? AOC now?
No, I don't want to talk about AOC. I actually would like to talk about American cheese.
American cheese?
Yeah.
Like nacho cheese brand?
Yeah.
Never had it.
Okay. Well, I didn't call in to talk about anything else. So
well, I got a couple things to drop real fast. Bill Bentley, guys. Look up Bill Bentley. Sounds like a record, man. That was awesome. That was perfect, dude. Sound like it was skipping perfect.
Did you like it? I timed it out.
That was good. That was good.
With that being said, I think we need to wrap it up for tonight.
Oh, I gotcha.
What?
Let me know when you're ready.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody bring a friend, man, on Friday.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
Tomorrow night's gonna be fun. A party in the house. Nick's gonna get hopefully not crippleized. All right, you guys.
Okay.
I love you much.
This is Brown Staying Fat, and you were listening to KrisiAnn on what day is it again? Oh, it's oh wait, what day is it again? Oh, it's Thursday night, and make sure you tune in tomorrow to see Nick get his ass beat as he walks into a bar. Okay,
Are we off the air?
No, not yet.
Excuse me, I am not done talking. Okay.
I didn't come
All right,
here to talk
everybody
about
have a
that.
good night, okay? Okay, toodles.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.